It's a meeting of SADC ministers of ICT and communications, and the aim is really to look at the program of work of the ministers, because there is a standing meeting of ministers of SADC, and we're just going to be looking at what achievements we have made in the different areas in the sector, especially looking at what is the contribution of the SADC region with the fourth industrial revolution, and how we can better prepare ourselves as a region to be able to derive benefit as a region from what will be coming out of the fourth industrial revolution. But also reviewing progress that has been made. Ministers have made commitments in 2016 around roaming, around DTT. We'll be checking where countries are, if we've made progress as a region, and take stock and then drive program moving forward. Today and tomorrow is the meeting of senior officials who will really be preparing for the ministerial meeting, which will happen on Thursday. So it's a 4-day meeting, culminating in a ministerial meeting on Thursday, the 7th, where then the ministers will be adopting the new program of action going forward for the SADC region. Well, I think our chairing of SADC at this point in time is quite significant, because it will enable South Africa to share its own vision with the region around how we think we can better improve the work in the sector.
We are going to have an industry dialogue. As you remember that the main summit which took place in South Africa, focused on the role of the private sector. So we also want to follow on that theme and say that governments don't create jobs. Governments only create enabling environment so that industry can create jobs and all those kind of things. The issue of jobs is very important for us. So everything that we do, we're thinking about how we are going to create jobs and taking advantage of this big community that we have of SADC. So we are very excited to be hosting SADC. The last thing that is going to define the way forward from the meeting of ministers on Thursday going forward is what is called the fourth industrial revolution. The issues of the rollout of Wi-Fi, data must fall, in fact, is also predominant, because government has come to realize that young people nowadays rely on technology. They no longer buy jeans. They prefer airtime than jeans, designer jeans. So what we're beginning to see now is that young people want to be part of this information highway. They want to be part of this technological revolution. It helps them to communicate. Some get help to study, to do research. So what are we going to do? We have to move with speed and deal with the issue of lowering the cost of communications. And as you know, the Competition Commission has already been asked to work with ICASA to do something.
One of the hopefully expected outcomes of this is that the countries will now have come to an agreement, or decisions will be made that allow, for instance, for one of the most important programs of roaming, Roam Like at Home, which is one of the programs, that our operators could agree to issues of roaming, that when I'm in South Africa I can roam, and when I'm in Tanzania the price range and the tariffs are not that different. So we hope that we can impress on our operators to look into issues of the pricing for roaming, for instance. But also we hope that ministers will be able to further guide and direct the program in the region to achieve the SADC Digital 2027 program, which I mentioned is part of our master plan. And there are various programs that are included including infrastructure, connectivity, and some such activities. So the meeting of ministers will be presenting to them the progress that we have made thus far since their last meeting in terms of those various programs that are in the master plan, and also seeking for decisions on some of the issues that require ministerial dispensation to make decisions on.